Okay, this particular street is called Beco del Professor, and we have this really beautiful green building right here with this other building, right, that brown one as well, and we also have like an pawn shop. So I kind of want to highlight all three of these, but we're going to focus on this Professor Street and kind of show you another idea of a little bit of what Macau looks like. So we've got some really nice buildings around here. So before we even go in, that one's, I just kind of seeing the coloring of some of these. It's kind of cool too. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna go down Beco del Professor, this little alley, see where it comes out to. So stay tuned for that. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Okay, so that alley is going to be our target street right there. So we're kind of on this other street before we enter, which has this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful building. And if you know what this building's all about, let me know. It says Casa de Beneficencia Bene. So I don't know, I guess beneficiary. I don't know, somebody maybe donated. I don't know. Tong Sin Tong. There's a name right there in Portuguese and Chinese. Let me just highlight that real quick. I don't know what this is, but I would love to know. It's funny. These are like, those plants right there are cemented into the fabric of it. And then we have that little space too, which is kind of interesting as well. So before we even go down, let me just kind of highlight some of the other things too. So we have this particular building, which is kind of bizarre because all the windows are locked up. So I guess that's abandoned. And then you have this old pawn shop right here too, which has some historical value to it. I think a lot of these are haunted. This street is really quiet right now. But this is Avenida Almeida Ribera. I've never seen it so quiet like this. 116 is down there. So historically, all the everybody that would have came into Macau would have came through that area right down there where that 116 is at, which was the inner harbor. But now that's not there anymore. So yeah, this is not too far from where people would have came in traditionally into the city. Check out that shit. Camoens Garden, wow. Camoens Garden is part of Macau, so I hadn't seen t-shirts that are different. Usually the shirts are not that interesting, but that one actually says a Macau reference. So yeah, this is the inner harbor right there. So Inner Harbor Ferry Terminal, and that is directly down there, about 2 blocks approximately. But now there's 2 other ferry terminals which move all the people. So yeah, actually I'm turning into a professor talking about the history of Macau here, when our target street is right around the corner, and that blue one, that light green blue, that's Beco del Professor. Oh, look how beautiful that is. I need a professor just to explain to me exactly what this building is. And it's right next to that other one too, which I want to know what that is as well. I do know that that one and that other one is a pawn shop though. While I'm filming this, it's a category 8, so we had a storm come through, so I'll just briefly explain why it's so empty today and why there's why it's still raining, because it's kind of the post typhoon. September 2nd as I film this. I'll probably upload it at a different date though. So we're going to go into the Beco del Professor Street, and I need some professors or teachers to kind of teach me exactly what some of those buildings are around this area. I kind of learned through you guys as well, so I learn and then I'll share it later with other people if I recall it. I don't always recall it the first time. So this is the end of this little Professor, Beco del Professor. So we're gonna head back on out. And then this alley kind of leads into some other spaces, so we're gonna see what those other spaces are. Beco do Professor. Actually, that's Beco also kind of means mouth. In English, when you translate it, it means like the mouth of the professor, the mouth of the teacher. I mean, of course, the meaning is different in Portuguese. They don't think of it. You know, they would think of it as like what it is, kind of the backstreet alley. I would assume. I don't know. I'm not Portuguese, so maybe I'm wrong. And then this one will go into this other Beco, Paralelo. So it looks like our Professor Street will end, and I think it's basically going to be this one right here. This kind of small little area. And I did walk around a little bit to see that this actually is also Paralelo. So I think I'm just going to do a little loop around Paralelo patio as well and just kind of see exactly what is here. And it looks like it's going to loop around. And now it goes into Travessa do Paralelo. So and there's the Beco over there, and we'll just see. And then we got another Beco over here that just keeps going down this way. I don't recall ever filming Beco do Paralelo. So we basically have a whole little area in here. Travessa do Paralelo, Beco do Paralelo, a little hotel right here as well. I'll have to check that out as well. I'm sure I haven't filmed that, but we'll just add it in with the Professor Street, and then we're gonna target it later on in itself. Got my umbrella. Okay, so now we're back at Professor. And so yeah, teach me about those buildings, because I kind of want to know. I'm definitely gonna need this umbrella now. And we'll just kind of come back out to where those buildings were at, and we'll end it out on the main street, just so we have some context to it. So I usually like to have a target street where I target the specific one with any highlights that come to my eye as I stroll through it, and then I like to add a little bit of context so you can see exactly what's around it and what's connected to it. So this building is a pretty prominent one, so I don't know exactly what that was, but I'm gonna guess it had something to do with education of some kind. So we're gonna come out back to the main street again, and then we're gonna end it by looking back. And I think I'm gonna do a separate video with that other one because it's kind of interesting. We're in a nice historic area of Macau, down near the inner harbor. So yeah, now this would have been Almeida Ribera, kind of the main street. San Malo is the other name of it, which goes right into the heart of Macau. And we would have been, it's kind of a cool, so we would be right around the corner there on that Professor alley. All right. Hey, checking out Macau 2023. Check out some more streets.
Toma cuidado la voz divina.